Okay, so I am here at the studio and I appreciated all of you that sent in your recordings and I reviewed them and kind of looked at what you were doing and could see where we needed to work a little bit more and kind of what was going on during your practice time. So this is actually really helpful for me. I have pulled out Irish Washerwoman. And Irish Washerwoman, before you even start practicing, it is so important that you first look at your key signature. So in this particular piece, I'm looking at, all right, if my fingers are right on the markings, I have one sharp, which means my F, my first finger on the E string, is going to hit that blue tape on F sharp. And my second finger on the D string is going to hit that yellow tape on the D string for an F sharp. However, my C, which is my second finger on the A string, and my G, which is on the E string, is not going to be on yellow. It's going to be between blue and yellow. They're both called naturals. So we have a C natural and a G natural. So kids, I love you. You're my little squishies and you're awesome little players, but we really need to pay attention to that. The next thing I'm gonna look at is my time signature, because my eighth notes are going to get one count. There's an 8 at the bottom. And 6, I have 6/8 timing. So I'm gonna have 6 counts per measure, and my 8th note is gonna get 1 count. So that means I would, on these 8th notes here, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now look at this 16th note at the very beginning, okay? So those are 2 16th notes. They're kind of a pickup note. So you're not gonna start counting right there unless you were gonna like use your the last of the count, but you're not gonna start counting right there. In fact, I always do that's how I would say that, is I would say, all of these 3 notes together that make up our 6 counts in the measure, we're gonna make it so simple. We're gonna go pineapple, pineapple. So what's happening is some of you are playing and you're adding extra notes onto those 6 counts. So while you're playing, you're actually bringing in 1 or 2 or 3 extra notes just because you want to keep going, and that cannot happen. So you've got to pay attention and watch your music. So right here, if I say, and a pineapple, pineapple, you're always going to have those pineapples. Okay, so you can't go, and a pineapple, 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 pineapple. It's not going to give you some pull. We don't want pulp in our pineapple juice on this one, okay? So right here, I'm going to start, and a pineapple, 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 long. Notice that last note is a quarter note. Because our 8th notes are getting 1 count per 8th note, our little quarter note here is going to give us even a longer note because it's going to be longer than just 1 count. So, and then of course we start again with another, we have a repeat. So we'll go back to the beginning. We don't add extra notes onto that G. I think that's why some of you are trying to add an extra note right there at the end, is because you know that there's been all these extra notes. So you're going pineapple, and then you play a G, and then you're going G, 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 G. No extra Gs. All right. When we finish our repeat, we have another and a pineapple, pineapple, and we go right back into pineapples until we get to the end and get our quarter note again, okay? We even start playing, we're gonna check our posture. So I'm gonna look at my wrist. I'm gonna make sure I have a nice straight slide. I'm gonna look at my bow hold. And I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna make it comfortable. I'm gonna make sure my thumb is bent. I'm gonna even tap my pinky a little bit just to make sure that everything is where it needs to be. Okay, now before I start, I can see that I'm starting on a D. And with my D, I'm gonna actually tune my D. Listen, I'm gonna go flat first on my D. And I'm playing it with my D string and that doesn't sound right. I'm gonna go up, maybe move my finger up. That's sharp. So let's try again. Okay, you hear that I have moved my finger around on D until that D that's an octave lower, the D string and the D on my third finger are right in tune. And I'm looking at my fingers, I'm making sure everything is in tune. My fingers are where they need to be before I start playing. Again, I'm gonna look at my key signature. I have already looked at it. I know that I have C natural and a G natural, so I'm gonna be very careful when I play to keep that finger down low. And we're gonna go slow with our first and a pineapple, pineapple. Can you hear the pineapple? Apple. Pineapple, pineapple, pineapple. All right, so I went pineapple long. Let's try it again. So I'm first gonna take my D. I'm gonna check with my D string. Good, I'm gonna start in. Repeat. Pineapple, 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 pineapple. Now I know my next one, I have a G natural, right? So I'm gonna be very careful to make sure with my G natural, I start with my G low and not on that yellow tab. And I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna watch that fourth finger for my high A and high B. My A, I can also check with my A string, right? So watch that as well. Here we go, starting with the G. Pineapple, 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 pineapple. Long. All right, so watch that. You can get faster, but not until you have your music in tune and you're playing all the right notes and you don't add those extra notes. Then you can start moving faster and then you can stop looking at your music. But you should always pay attention to the pineapples so you don't play any extra pulls, and pay attention to that key signature so that your intonation and your pitch is right on target. Wow, so let's get that one memorized, ready to go and perfected, because when you play with that bluegrass band, you can't add extra notes, because if they're playing along with you, they're not going to expect you to change the key signature and change your timing. You do not want to start changing the rhythm and the timing, because it's not going to go along with what they're playing. You've got to have it memorized exact. So anyway, I'm super excited for you guys playing with a bluegrass band. This is what violin is all about. It is about learning all the different ways you get to play your instrument. This is why it's fun. You get to be in an orchestra setting. You can play solos. You can actually play with bands. You can be a part of fiddling and do all those fun things. So I'm super excited for you guys to have this experience. Just make sure that you put the time in the beginning and you're very careful with how you learn the piece so that you're ready to go. Anyway, mwah, mwah.